Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome to Divorce Friends Summer Edition.
Here we are again in our little favorite spot. We are talking about summer and what it might feel like or be like for you post separation, post just splitting up, post divorce. Here we are.
Here we are.
Um,
What was it like for you, your first summer post
well, I want to
separation?
say it's going to look different for everyone.
Yeah.
But what's it feel like to be without the family unit? And
Yeah.
that's a weird feeling.
It's weird at first, especially. And then I think it has all these different changes that you go through, like in every year that passes, like during your separation, post divorce, there's, it evolves.
But
So we were going to start with
what was it like for me?
right at the beginning.
Yeah, I remember just, dropping my kids off for camp and being like, okay, what now? And I remember saying yes to a lot of things that I normally wouldn't say yes to, like putting myself out there, trying new activities, being with new people. And I do remember going on a women's retreat, like a women's trip to Israel.
And
it was incredible.
Cool.
And it was definitely something I never would have done before, but it was somewhere I always wanted to go. And it was just a truly incredible experience. So
it's amazing that you did that.
It's about kind of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay, my first summer post separation was COVID. Like it was
weird time.
Really weird time. So nobody was traveling. Everybody was like, is it safe to do this or that? I spent a lot of time down by the beach, walking, listening to like books on tape.
Where were the kids?
The kids were around. Like everybody was kind of around. So it was just like there was a lot of emotions at that time. So I wouldn't. That was like a wash that summer, kind of,
And were you guys? So, were you communicating at all? You and your ex during that time?
That was a rough
was
communication patch.
It was a weird time.
Yeah. So I think, but then as the summers evolved, like as the summers went on, like it got better and better. But that was just like a very intense time. That particular like post, separation first summer.
Then after that,
and by the way, there were also like the feelings of, oh my God, this is so weird. Like I'm single. It's the summer. It's like, it was like 20 something years of having a partner through a summer, and there's a lot of feelings that come up, and there's a lot of work to work through.
But then the extra layer of COVID on top of that must have really thrown you.
Yes, however, it also made it a little bit easier because a lot of people were around.
Oh, and also you weren't watching on social media where
Like
everybody was, all the
Right.
vacations that people were on and all the family trips people were taking.
Exactly.
Because everybody was kind of stuck at home.
And that like really has to
That
be
might have been
difficult for
helpful,
people now.
right.
Yes.
Definitely.
Listen, yeah, and then as the years went on, like I definitely like let's talk about like after the first year. Like how did like summers evolve, like go on for you after that?
You know what? Every summer was different, and I had, you know what? It's really nice. I did surround myself by other single women.
Yeah.
So I do remember taking like a fun trip with a friend.
Were these friends that you had
before
that were already single, or you met new friends?
Yes, actually, one friend that was like my inspiration. She had been divorced a long time ago and is been single, and I kind of like looked up to her. She always gave me good advice, and she has a very nice relationship with her ex. So it was somebody that I always looked up to. Which was really nice. But I also remember having a lot of fun dates. I was like, to me, summer is my most favorite time of the year. I don't know about you. I don't know
love
about other
summer.
people, but
I
like,
love it.
I love summer. And so I try to make the most out of it. And a lot of it was just going on fun dates and just putting myself out
Yeah.
there.
Like letting yourself be in the moment and enjoy the moment and
Yes.
have fun and like enjoy I
Yes.
mean, we live here in LA. It's so the weather's always gorgeous, but it's like extra gorgeous in the
Yes.
summer.
Yes. So that was a good
Good.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I I think I started to like get a little envious of people that were traveling after like a couple of years and kind of wasn't in the position to travel yet. My divorce was still going on. It took a few years, my divorce, and kind of didn't have the funds, like to be honest, to be traveling anywhere exotic. So I took little trips when I could to visit family in New York and in Florida and kind of like always just had the mindset of okay, for now, like this is the best I can
Hmm.
do and like enjoy what I can. And like one day I'll get to do all the beautiful travel that I love again. And
And I do want to remind you of
yeah,
something. You have done some incredible trips
yes, I
yourself. Like
have.
you've done, I mean, your retreat in Mexico you did.
Yep.
You did your French
Yeah. So
getaway.
let me tell you about that. So like a couple of years ago, everyone was starting to make their travel plans, and I was like, okay, what would I actually really love to do? Um, and it was take a class and learn French. And so I went to the south of France and I took this 2 week class by myself. It was like really freaking scary to even book it. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm doing it. And then I just did it. I was like, feel the fear and do it anyway and just like
Feel the
do
fear.
it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Is that
That's like a
good?
saying out there.
Saying. I love
I
that.
didn't make it
I'm
up,
gonna
but it
start
is a good
using
one.
that. Feel the fear
And
and
do
do
it
it.
anyway. You have to, because otherwise you don't know. And had I had an amazing trip. Yes, my daughter ended up meeting me in the middle for like a long weekend, which was amazing, and we got to travel. But I met amazing people, and actually, I got to the point where I was like, "This is amazing!" Like I'd go to dinner, and I'd meet people at dinner, and I'd walked all the streets and figured out and made some friends, and like FaceTimed
Yeah.
my family sometimes at dinner, and like I was like, "This is amazing!" Like having a moment to just like to myself to make my own decisions on where I wanted to go and like get to like know myself even better than I did. So I
I
don't know,
ha-
I loved it for that.
I mean, you're an inspiration. You are definitely an inspiration
Thank
because
you.
I don't know that I would have the courage
Yeah.
to feel the fear and do it. I just don't,
I don't
you
even really
know?
like know where it came from, but it came and yeah, I guess I have that. And
And do you have plans for this summer?
well, I'm gonna go to Aspen with some friends for July 4th weekend.
With
Have a
me.
yes.
Cute.
Um, and there's gonna be a lot of couples there but there will also be a lot of single men. So,
That is true.
but you know what? I'm at the point where like I know I can enjoy myself regardless of the relationship that I'm in and all that. Yes, it would be amazing to like be a couple and be with somebody else, but I'm also like,
But it has to
okay,
be the right
and
person
like the
anyway.
time will come when the time is right. The right person will come.
That
And you
is
know
so
what? I
true.
feel like I've been getting more and more ready.
Well, each experience leads you to the next
Yeah,
experience. Every little relationship, every little fling you have, I mean, that's what I think happened for me
yeah,
for the 5 years, my 5 single years of just having lots of little
yeah. You
fun
get
little
to see
flings
like
leads you to the next
it's true.
thing that's
I see
better.
that with each and every one, and
Yes.
it's like you get to learn what you do like and what you don't like. And then like each time you meet someone new, it's a little more of what you want, I think.
You know what? It's really funny. I don't know, this conversation just made me think of this. Yesterday, we got a picture John and I got a picture on text, our friends got engaged in Europe, and on their trip, and they sent the picture, and it's a second marriage for both of them. And I said, I was so excited. I'm just so excited to celebrate them. And I said, I texted them. I said, the second time around is the best. There's
Aw.
nothing like it.
That's so nice to hear.
And John said to me, I told John that I wrote that to them, and he said to me, why do you think it's better the second time around? My husband asked me this, and I said, because you know what you want. Then I said, no, you know what you don't want.
Yes.
And
I love that.
when you
It's
get
true.
married, when you're young, you have no idea what you think you
You
know
think
what
you know what
you
you want.
want, but you definitely don't know what you don't want.
And you, right, and you also like hear from around like what you think you're supposed to want rather than like what's really important to
Yeah.
you know? And you learn that more and more as you
grow and
evolve.
evolve.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm
So,
saying evolve a lot on this call.
well,
But
because
it's true. It's
it
like
is true.
but
You
that's
grow. Anyway, so that was something that came up yesterday, and it's pretty relevant to like what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I got to share
well,
that.
I love hearing another love story of your friends getting engaged. That's amazing. And I think
Yeah.
the more like the more of that, the more goes
Merrier,
around in the
yeah.
world. So
It's good.
so yeah, let's talk about like starting a new chapter post divorce and summers.
You know, we're talking about like ourselves and travel and all this stuff in the summertime, but also starting a new tradition. Like if you have children, young or teenagers, or even older, like young adult children, starting a new tradition with them in the summertime might
Yeah.
look like doing a fun family weekend somewhere where it's like you and your kids
There's
again,
some, like,
whether
it
they're young
depending
or
on
old.
depending on where you live, like there's so many local things you could do. Like, you know, and like stepping out of like the box and you know, like everyone thinks, oh, you have to go, you know, fly there and fly there. But there's usually some really fun local things. Even like with my kids, we would have picnics on the beach on Sunday nights. And like that was such a fun tradition to have.
Fantastic. I mean, I can think my tradition, and it's still going on now, is like Sunday night dinner in my backyard. We barbecue, and it's always with the kids, and my mom and dad would come over, and it still goes on now, even now that I'm married to John, and we do it with my parents every Sunday night. But and whatever kid is in town or home is part of it, and sometimes it's their friends that are joining,
so
and
nice.
it's just bringing
You
in
invite me
whoever.
all the time?
Yeah. So, you know, starting your own new tradition is,
Yeah.
it, you know, it becomes special.
I remember even like my kids and I took a ride to Joshua Tree a couple times.
Love
like,
it.
you know, you make work what you can make work in the time. And like,
Yeah.
and know that there's plenty of time down the road for the other things that you love too.
Yes.
Yeah. Even like I would love, you know, my son was a skateboarder and like just even going to the skate park, we would like find a way to make that into like a
An
day or an
afternoon,
evening.
right.
And like then my daughter would meet us and then it became like a whole
Yeah.
thing, which was nice. I looked forward to that, you know?
Yes.
So,
So there's something for everyone. That's
Yeah.
what it really comes down to.
it's true. And also something else to think, you know, I was talking to somebody the other day. Can we veer off into another subject? I was
Yes.
talking to this woman who was telling me that her husband is taking her ex is taking her kids on vacation to Hawaii, and she's deciding if she's gonna like then go, you know, meet them in Hawaii and take the kids on her own separate vacation in Hawaii, or if she's gonna like do her own thing. And you know, her kids in particular are home from camp, are a little younger, and like home from camp all summer, and like she's the camp counselor, and it's like, you know, she really wanted to make it like a fun vacation, a fun something for them, but also maybe like didn't have all the money to do like some crazy trip. So we were just trying to come up with ideas, and I think again, it's like, you know, I think so many people want to try to outdo the other
Outdo
parent,
the other
right?
parent. I
And
know a lot of that, and that's That's not a good way to go into it. You do it for yourself,
And
not to
also,
outdo.
and I think it's also teaching the kids something when you can say, you know what, like right now, this is what
Yeah.
we have and we can do, and we can have so much. It doesn't have to be like the biggest trip. It could be something closer to home, and and little
Well,
day trips all week, or you can make
another
so many
thing,
things work.
well, something that I learned along the lines of all of this is it's not necessarily the venue, it's who you're with and the activities you're
Absolutely.
doing. It's not
It's the time
necessarily like
together.
where it is. It
And I
can
think
be
that's
good. It can be good just
and I
at
think that's
home.
also like really good lessons for the children. Like not like
Hmm.
it's not about where you are, but it's about
Who you're
who
with.
you're with, and and enjoying the time together.
Yep.
Easier said than done, maybe, but
Yeah, it is. A
but
lot of times it's easier said than
I
done,
think it's
but
something you look back
something
on
to think
probably
about.
years later and
Yes.
appreciate maybe even more than the fancy vacation. Sometimes, I don't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think another good topic to talk about with, summer being here, and again, like this is your first summer post. What's it like getting your confidence back? Like
Yeah.
putting yourself out there and getting your confidence and your courage back.
So let me ask you, did
Yes.
you feel like your confidence was low post divorce?
No. My
Okay.
confidence was low in my marriage.
Ah, so when you after getting out of your
I
marriage, you
felt
felt like
really
empowered.
alone in it, and I felt really confident and strong on my own after the fact. So
Yeah.
everybody's different.
Everybody's different.
Yes.
For
What about
me, it
you?
was very different. For me, it was like um, I I had a lot of work to do. I think being alone for the first time, like I really craved it. And then once I was alone, I was like, oh my God, who am I? And how do I get back to her? I lost her so much throughout my marriage that like I needed to just like get back. So mine, like I said, was a lot of like listening to books on tape, doing little mini retreats, like going deeper
Hmm.
into myself in whatever way I could. Um,
I,
yeah,
I lost her too. Like,
yeah.
I definitely lost who I was in all those years of marriage, but I felt really good post having
Yeah.
just my own space to breathe
So
again.
it sounds like the same, but it just maybe took me a little longer. I, yeah, I've been doing some work for the last few years, and like I feel so good now. And I feel like there's always like more layers there,
So what do
but
you think? What do you think helped you get your
I'll tell
confidence
you,
back?
like getting back to the things that I really loved and enjoyed, like really going like deep into myself and being like, what do I love? And like going and doing dance. Like
Yeah,
dance like completely saved me. It like brought me so it like just helped me connect to myself. It was like who I was as a child. I love to do that. And like yeah, that's one of the things. Walking by the beach, going into the ocean, like
that was a
also
big thing
that
for
was a big
you.
thing for me.
Yep.
So like, things like that and like just making myself feel my feelings and not like um
Camouflaging
distract
or
with like, you know, not distracting with like things that would just like automatically like put a band-aid on it.
yeah.
Like I had to stop myself from like
I call it
maybe
camouflaging, like what to cover up
yeah.
for the things that that to hide yourself.
Right. It's like when, like, it's like not needing to like reach out to an ex to like get the validation again, but instead sitting in the feelings of it and then like going doing something fun for myself. Like
Yeah,
that, things like
feels
that. And
good.
like nature. I
Uh-huh.
love being in nature, like a hike, the ocean, like we
Yeah.
just said, but all of that. Just like, and the more you do it, the more it builds. and
For
yeah.
me, it's always exercising to help get your confidence back. Think of how good you feel. I mean, it's torture getting myself there, but like once I finished with it, how good and how strong I feel.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of
And
them.
that's like hotter than anything, I think. Like it's you can look great on the outside and you can, get that like beach body back and all that, but if you're not feeling it on the inside, you're not hot. So, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, I feel like working out does both for you.
It's true.
It's an
They're
adrenaline
both
rush
important.
and it gets you going and it helps the way you look on the outside. All good things.
Should we talk about, I just had a thought as
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and talking about like it's about what's on the inside, not on the outside. But like as I said that, I'm looking down at our outfits today and we're both in like a colored pant. I think we
Oh,
should show them.
okay.
Come. Sorry for this impromptu moment.
By the
But
way,
how cute.
like didn't even plan it. Today
No.
we're both in shades of pink.
So,
Kind of funny.
so I just think that it's fun to have fun with your clothes in the summer and colors and trying new colors. And like, I know I always talk about black, but
I mean,
that's my color choice.
me
Usually.
too. I live for black, but I actually bought a pink T-shirt the
Oh my
other
God,
day.
I saw one in Zara that I want to go get. Is it in Zara?
Nope, I bought a pink. I bought this T-shirt in a very pale pink, baby pink, and I'm like, oh my God, who am I? And the sales girl who knows me is like, what are you doing? Stop everything. This is so strange. You're buying a pink. I know.
I love that.
I
So
bought it.
it's funny, I walked by a pink t-shirt and I was like, I need that. So, have fun with your clothes in the summer. And
Yeah.
also like let yourself be a little sexier. Like in the summer.
Definitely.
Why not? Any
If you
clothing
can, yeah, feel it. Any
clothing
clothing
advice
advice?
for summer for them?
Sandals. Show your toes. Show your painted toes.
Have fun with your nail color. Change
Which
it up. Like
neither of us have done.
I know.
Plain.
But no, I have red on my toes, which
Me
I don't
too.
usually do. So that's playing for me. I don't know, play with different things. Like challenge yourself to do it different. If you never put color on your nails, put color on your nails. You know? I don't know.
You can
No?
always take it off
You can always take it off. And yeah,
and wear color. Put color on your body. It's all about color.
yeah. If you're going on a date and you always wear pants, try wearing a skirt. Or if you're always
That's another thing, actually. I'm a pants girl.
Yeah,
Always.
I know, you
Pants.
told me
I
that.
wear I'm very tomboy. Like, I love my jeans and my t shirts. Well, I bought a few dresses and
I
I
know.
bought a few skirts, and I'm going to push myself to wear them.
Yeah. And who knows? Like maybe you'll love it and maybe you'll want to go back to the pants. I find that for myself too. Like it's so about just like being who you are, but try new things and see how it feels, you know?
Maybe
you'll like
maybe you'll like it, and maybe you'll be a little different.
Maybe it'll bring out your little, your inner,
Confidence.
yeah.
Finding yourself attractive kind of goes with the confidence thing that we just spoke about. But finding yourself attractive at a new age. Like, okay, you haven't had to put yourself out there for a long time. Let's say you're in this long relationship, this long marriage, and now you have to go out and flirt again and put on your best face. I
Yeah.
mean, what is that like? How is that?
It's interesting.
How does that go?
I think you just can't think too much about it and you just have to step into it and and know that the guys are feeling just as nervous as you are, I think, typically, and just I don't know, there's different flirting tactics.
Okay, so I'm not promoting this, but I always know that a little cocktail or a little something definitely loosens me up.
Yeah.
To the point
true.
where I don't take myself too
It
seriously.
is much easier with a cocktail.
Just, so if those, like the beginning dates and somebody wants to meet for a coffee or a cocktail, I'd vote like cocktail. Just because it can a couple sips just takes the edge off for me. I don't know. What about you?
Yes, although I'm like trying not to promote drinking, but not that you are, but yes, it does. It does help.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you meet someone and you haven't had the drink yet, or you meet them and listen, I've met people for coffee. I recently met somebody at the beach for a beach walk. And I think
How
the
was
more you
that?
practice, the more it was no. And by the way, I'm also really good at now, like, if if it's not a yes, just say it right away.
Don't push it. Don't
Don't push
force
it.
it. That's what I was gonna say is you will feel that chemistry. You will definitely feel it and know it when you're in it. Um,
But
and
sometimes it takes a little more than the initial. But when you initially are like no, when it's a
when it's a
no, right?
hard
When
no,
it's a hard no, trust it. It's a no. But if you're like maybe, then maybe go for another, right?
I think looking back, I don't know, my memory is not so good anymore, but looking back, there were a few hard no's. But then there were a lot of, well,
Yeah.
maybe give it another
I
shot.
think I'm too good with the maybes. Like I give the maybes way too much.
Attention.
Yeah, and I think I need to stop. But so tell me, you said you were a good flirter. How do you tell us your tools, tricks?
Oh God, I
Back
don't
from back
know.
in the day.
I don't know.
You don't know. I'll have
Just
to ask JG.
I don't remember.
Have to
I
ask
think
your
just
husband.
you know what, to be honest, I everybody has their ups and downs with confidence. I think there's nothing more attractive and flirty than a woman with confidence.
It's true. And
Um,
that whole like stay mysterious thing is like, oh, you don't want to have to.
don't give too much away
Yeah.
at the beginning, and just be a
I'm a
good,
giver, a wayer, and
but
yeah.
also
But the right
be
person will stay for it, you know?
be a good listener. Like
Yeah.
don't talk too much. Just
Yeah.
listen to what they're
Leave something
saying.
to the imagination.
Uh-huh. And like I said, confidence is everything.
And also, yes, and also let's just speak to that like as you get to a certain age thing for a minute. I mean, we are in our 50s. Everything has changed for women in their 50s. Like we have long hair. We we're about being sexy and beautiful and like empowered. Like
Mhm.
times have changed. Like it's not time to crawl under a shell in your 50s or 60s or 70s for that
I
matter.
mean, I think that women our age like rock
We rock
because
and we're
we've
also
experienced so much. We have experience.
that's
Um,
why all the younger men are wanting the older women these days. Yeah, they're finally getting onto
yeah.
it. But that's a whole other conversation for another day. Um, but anyway, but yeah, so this is like your invitation to like own your age and rock it because like we're
Nothing better
there's
than
nothing better.
that.
Honestly, I know women in their 70s and even 80s that are still dating, that are getting remarried. You're never too old. I mean, and so just keep getting out there.
So the
And
back nine is really where it's at.
yeah,
Do
I
you know
think so.
that?
I think so. And like, I mean, think about people that are even going back to school at our age. Like, do it. You know,
Well,
it's
they're talking about our brain health too. And brain health today is all about learning new things, like learning new games, learning new languages, learning new instruments,
yeah,
learning
yeah.
new stuff and
So,
how good it is.
and if you don't like have a plan this summer or you don't know what you're gonna do, make it the summer of like learning something new, maybe.
I love that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely.
should we
So,
end on
yeah.
that note?
Yes, I do think we should.
Have an amazing summer.
Happy summer.